Hey guys, and today I'm going to tell you why you should be reading all of these books. So, oops. Okay, so yes, if you know, Rick Riordan. These are all my Rick Riordan books. I have too many Rick Riordan books. And I have a lot of them. Yeah, I mainly read adult fantasy, so I'm gonna keep continuing to do Rick Riordan videos because it's so fun. He's such a great author, and I refuse to not talk about him because he kind of sparked my reading a lot, and even if you read adult fantasy, I totally recommend these books for a fast, quick, easy. You can burn through it. His writing style is so accessible, but it's just so accessible, yet the stories are so complex, and the world building is based off Greek mythology and all these mythologies, and I love it how he takes so many mythologies and makes a really cool story out of it. He uses mythologies which are already so well dense, and since there's so many mythologies, the world building for each of these mythologies are huge. So it lets him work in that way. It's amazing to see what he does there. Look at all these and these are all he does them on different mythologies, so it's not just one mythology. But it's I hate YA. I'm just gonna say it. I don't have a problem with Harry Potter, and I don't have a problem with these books. Don't have a problem with Narnia because they are middle grade. I think I would classify them as middle grade, even though they're kind of YA. Yes, a lot of them kind of pass for YA, but not trying to be graphic. I hate when series are trying to be edgy, but while still being easy writing style for everyone to understand. Because I think if you want to read that, get it in adult fantasy. Get it not even in adult literature in general. I can't be biased and say fantasy, but you can do that. But I think this is what novels. If you're not, I think this is what novels before the next level should be. I think these things are amazing for they're so addictive. I've never completed all these, but I completed all of those books in 2 months. These are 20 or 30 books, 2 months, because it was that good. These books, you can burn through them, and then you love that you can't put them down. There's so many series in here. Percy Jackson, I need to kind of break them up into little pieces because they're all over the place. So Percy Jackson was his first series in his world. Percy Jackson, and I love this series. This series is very addictive. I read the first book one time for school, and then while they were reading the first book, I finished basically I finished all of this and all of Here's One List before they finished that book. It's addictive. It's so easy to read, and yeah, so good. But and then he went on to do. He did the Kane Chronicles. Where are the Kane Chronicles? Kane Chronicles, which I've read. Sorry. Kane Chronicles, which is this trilogy. I think he did these all. He's a little while he was doing Here's Olympus. They're worth your time reading. I've only read the first one though, and then I do need to read Third of Fire pretty soon. And then he went on with Here's Olympus, which actually is my favorite series of Rick Riordan's because I think it's his most. I think Heroes of Olympus is what YA should be because it's for kids, obviously, but it's not trying to be childish. It's for kids, but it doesn't try to be childish. And that's the little thing about my one gripe about Child Apollo, other than it being great, but it was a little kiddish, because this is like prime of the Disney. You can tell Disney's in this book, but because it's published by Disney, but that's like the only thing. Other than that, it's a great story in general, but you can tell he wasn't holding back whatsoever on these Lost Heroes and the original Percy Jacksons, and those are some of his best works. So I think it might be confusing to review adult fantasy, adult science fiction, but I have so much respect for Rick Riordan, and I just want to say you should read him. You can burn through at least the Percy Jackson Heroes of Olympus in a month. It's crazy just how addictive these books are, and they're like, and then they're funny. Like, it's like really good. Like, I would say anyone could read this and would love it, you know, because I think these are, you know, how everyone loves Harry Potter, and Harry Potter is my childhood, you know. I like these more than Harry Potter, so this I will remember. It is like, this is what I'm going to remember as my childhood obsession, even though I'm still a child, but I'm not gonna really remember. Oh, I remember loving Wheel of Time, but even though it probably Wheel of Time I like better than this, but like this, so much memories. I read this first when I was like, I would say like 7 or 8, and I like was hooked. So yeah, these things are amazing. I recommend them so much. I couldn't recommend anything more. And you might have saw my review for the Tower of Nero. And yeah, that was one of my more viewed videos on the channel. So excited for that. So, and I hear the new book coming out called Daughter of the Deep, which I will be reading. So, and I will be reading and reviewing here. So, hope you're ready for that. In October, right? Yeah, in October. So, I told you that this is one series that a lot of people look over, but this is my Harry Potter, so just so you know. So, yeah, that's why you should read Mr. Rick Riordan. You should. Please do. It's an amazing read. I wouldn't say it's heavy. It's the opposite of heavy stuff, but if you're looking for a fun time and just not really much thinking, these are great filler books. Even if you read adult fantasy, that's what I would do, because these are really, really lighthearted and they're so good. So yeah, that was my why you should read for Rick Riordan. Please do. He's amazing. And yeah, see you in the next video.